Well, we reached this point, haven't we? The mid-season finale, the one that has been the most anticipated since its little screening at HASCon, that little preview of a disguised pony who takes the hair of the main six, the photos, and winds up turning out to be Chrysalis. That was a clip from the main six, which was leaked, and trying to avoid that like a minefield was fun. So, after nearly a year, was it all in the end worth it? I'd say that could be the case. But let's get to the basics. Let's see where all of this goes down, because this really is one of the biggest, most hyped episodes that you could ever, expect from this show right now. At least if there's people not leaving the fandom, which I guarantee you there already is. But essentially it goes along the same line as what people saw in the animatic at HASCon. Photography Pony comes in, it winds up taking the photo of our 6 leads, minus Chrysalis, takes a hair sample, almost like she's too much of a fan. But anyways, she takes the hair, takes their photos, runs off, and it turns out that it's Chrysalis that is the baddie who took their photos and their hair sample. And what does happen? Well, she goes off into a forest in the middle of somewhere as she winds up rebuilding the main 6, but more or less a discorded version of them. Kinda. Except this one has the tendency to be more or less opposite. But it still somewhat carries the trait of what the discorded 6 were. Again, this is a long time and I don't watch Return of Harmony that much, so let me try to remember this. The one I think they kept in this was that Rarity was greedy, but kept the boulder to herself. They kind of keep that, except Rarity basically hoards everything. Applejack is a liar, that I think they pulled over to this one. Fluttershy's mean. Yeah, Fluttershy's mean in that. And God, I'm not even sure what the rest of them are, because if I remember this right, now this is from the Discorded 6. Applejack was a liar, Pinkie Pie was mean, and thought everyone was going to laugh at her. There is Fluttershy, who is mean, Rarity, who's basically greedy over a rock, which is shaped like a diamond. There's Rainbow Dash, that only cares about herself and hangs out in the sky, and then I don't know what Twilight would be. I guess it'd have to be depression or something. But with this one, Rarity's greedy, Pinkie Pie's bored, Fluttershy's mean, Rainbow Dash doesn't care. Applejack's a liar. And then the last one is that Twilight is scheming to backstab Chrysalis for her to have the elements of harmony. That's how I remember it. Yeah, that's how I remember it. But it's them trying to go on their adventures. They run into their chrysalistic selves. And don't even know that Chrysalis returned, no less. It's like, oh, you're alright, and they just don't care to answer and whatnot, and just go about their day while showing off their trade and everything, and then it just turns into a hodgepodge, and from there, we have ourselves a spark of insanity that goes on with this series. Now, with that in mind, the question on the minds of everyone is, how will all of this turn out in the end? Well, again, all the traits happen, and as they arrived at the Tree of Harmony, they tried to steal the elements, but in the end, they're just too, like, preserved in their personalities that they have been given. And of course Chrysalis finds out about the backstab, but the tree seems to be shining some special little trait. Like, take this into account. What winds up happening during all of that is that somehow, as the unelements of harmony, I'm just going to call them, the unelements, the mean six right there, they're near that tree, but their cutie marks glow. Well, they darken and then turn up, almost like a copy-protected video recorded onto a recorded tape. Bizarre, but really think about this. What if that Tree of Harmony is able to detect, like, unidentified copies of them? Or basically, the bad duplicates of them. Really think about it. Think about how that tree can actually pick up and pick up on that little trait and able to defect them. I'm not going to analyze. I'm not an analyst. I don't want to consider myself an analyst. I'm a casual movie, and I'm a moviegoer, and I do variety on the flip end. But let's continue onwards. As they're rerouted back to logs, because somehow the Tree of Harmony is able to detect something wrong, as, of course, everything backfires on Chrysalis as she runs off to return another day. Whenever that another day will be. Whether or not that be Season 9 or whatnot, we'll never know. The one thing we can only know is that it's essentially the finale for... I'm going to predict October for this one, but no sincere guess. No sincere guess on this one. But I'm going to guess October is when we're going to, sometime around October to early November, we're going to expect the season finale there. I just know it. But anyways, the actual real main six just forgive each other for whatever just happened, not even knowing that Chrysalis returned, as they go about their day and happily serve the rest of their evening camping out near the Tree of Harmony. And again, Chrysalis runs off to return to another day. Anyways, Mean 6, the hype, anticipation, the avoidance of the minefields that are the leaks. In the end, was it all worth it? I'd say yes. It was most definitely the hype and worth the year-long wait to see this episode. Like, although this is the mid-season finale, and for all we know, we could be back to ponies in like a month or so from now. Well, technically that'd be August, so 2 months, but still, it'd be a month away that we have a break from the ponies. But in the long end, I'd say this was a decent half of the episodes. I mean, it got off to a rough start with the Slice of Life episodes, with the introduction of Pony Sheldon Cooper, which everybody particularly hated that episode, even my friend. But in the long end, a lot of great Slice of Life episodes were given from this. Not many songs is particular, but it's like a lot of this episodes as of late, and I never realized this until now, a lot of the season episodes, and I've mentioned this before in the previous stuff, but they all feel real to life. Like, I've experienced these situations before, or I've witnessed these situations go down. They feel very real to life. Like, it made me think to school, it made me think of other things. It's quite impressive. And in particular, I hope they keep forward in doing that, because I look forward to seeing what happens in the end and what we expect. Now, I don't know whether or not I am going to marathon the rest of the MLP, like rewatch the older episodes and whatnot. I may just, I don't know, but I'm particularly not a fan of I'm not a fan of binge watching, to say the very least. I mean, the one thing I'm particularly stuck with routines is like 2 hours a night, or if it's an hour-long episode, an episode a night, or day, or depending on what I have for the routine. So, in particular, pretty much for the most part, if I were to marathon the MLP episodes again, it would have to be under that one, like, it would have to be under that 2 episodes a night routine, just to pad out and just for me to get used to sort of kind of binge watching. I mean, binge watching slow for me, alright? I mean, I don't care if there's like people that could sit around and watch 10 episodes a day. I can't do that. Just my personal preference. Personal taste, preference, and how I do it. I also probably may not be able to do the marathon in July because A, I've got the meetup in July, as mentioned in the upcoming Everfree Northwest vlog, and B, I got the vlogs to work on for Everfree Northwest. I just finished uploading the closing ceremonies right now. You can see that on my page, if you even look at the subscription feed, or follow me, or whatever. Things have been a little bit weird on the page, but probably because of the slow uploads or the bots that are on that page. Which, there seems to be a lot of suffering bots on there. I don't know. But anyways, that'll about do it for Season 8 Part 1. I'm expecting we'll return to Part 2 of Season 8 by the time it comes to August. I mean, like, we expected MLP to return in August, and it was perfect timing as well, especially since Stranger Than Fanfiction came out around August 12th, right around the time I was at BronyCon, and it was my birthday, along with the Roastinator. But anyways, that will about do it for this episode and this half of the first season. Sorry. That'll about do it for this season, so I guess from now, I'll start with the Everfree vlogs and just once I get the motivation, and hopefully I can do it before the end of the year, I can get to work on next year's Everfree promo. Who knows? But I'll see you guys in August for the new MLP stuff. But in any case, Ray Donovan and the sleight hand of the movie review, or just some random game stream video that I randomly do. Again, depends on mood, depends on how everything goes. Just depends on everything. So, yeah. See you guys next time.